Hello everybody, my name is Lex and welcome back to my channel. I have been away for a while, so this update is a little bit awkward. The whole of March is just a little bit awkward, honestly. I definitely have some very late videos from February. The March videos are very late. I'm only now filming stuff and it's like the 23rd of March when normally I film my updates on the 1st. So bear with me. Yeah, I've been away. On top of that, I will be sort of trying to sort out my spreadsheets, my Excel spreadsheets for all of my project panning. For those of you that don't know, Emily and Max, the creator of Deck of Panning, has basically come out with a new spreadsheet template for project panners, and it's incredible. It's amazing. I've already bought it and started putting all of my details into it. It's super useful. It calculates your progress per project, which is something that I'm really lacking in my other spreadsheets. Like a lot of my other spreadsheets, I kind of track usage and stuff, but they're not project specific. You know, I don't have a table of my project items like there are in Emily's new spreadsheet, and it has been super useful. It has been really good for just developing my project panning sort of numbers side of things. I will leave a link to a channel down below and leave a link to the spreadsheet down below, maybe, if I can do that. I don't know. I don't know if I can put links in my description yet, but whatever, I'll try and do what I can. So let's take a look at my rolling project pan. These are items that I'm rolling in with big goals, sort of to hit pan, to finish. These are items I want to make like the brunt of the progress on. And I've been doing a really good job, actually. I don't know whether it's because I've had a longer amount of time to work on them. It's been more like a month and a half rather than a month, but I've made some really good progress. So let me show you what we're dealing with. Up first, my Barefaced Chic primer. This isn't a finish and it's really skinny. I don't imagine this has more than maybe like 10 uses in it at absolute most, and that's only because I don't use very much of it. It's very mattifying and I really like it. It has a very strong smell though, so that is something I would say to be careful of. I don't know if they still sell this, to be honest, but it is very heavily perfumey smelling. I've only used this once, so no massive change in anything. Interesting. The weight last month was 15.73 grams, and after that one use it's gone down to 15.06, which is honestly a really big jump. I don't think I use that much. As always, with measuring weights and things, they can be a little bit iffy, so I'll see how the rest of my weighing goes today, whether everything's having a big jump or whether I genuinely do just use a lot more primer. I suppose it is going all over my face, so I don't know. Then I have my concealer from The Ordinary. Because the packaging on it broke, I keep it depotted in here. And it never looks like there's any less of it, to be honest. This was like really full when I first depotted it into here, and it still looks really full to me. But I have been using it a lot. I don't really use concealer on my face as a whole. I only use concealer as an eye primer. I just don't really use a lot of full coverage stuff. I don't use any foundation. I don't use concealer on my face, so yeah. I used it 13 times in February, and I am aiming to finish it, so we'll see how long that takes. Probably a little while. Last month it was weighing 20.23 grams, and today it is weighing 19.87 grams. The main face powder I've been using at the moment is this Technic Vitamin C powder. It is just a normal translucent powder. I don't think it's like the most magical thing in the world, but it works. And I've taken the sifter out of it because there isn't a ton of powder left. I think I'll definitely be able to use this up rather quickly. Probably about a month and a half left of use at most, really. and I used that 11 times over the past month. It weighed 65.6 grams last month, and now it weighs 56.2. 65 to 56. That's not confusing at all. But some very, very good news is that I've finished my terrible, useless, absolutely would never repurchase powder. This is the PS My Perfect Colour Loose Baking Powder. And I have used up every last bit. Again, took the sifter out of this, used it all up. I would never rebuy it because literally within minutes of putting it on, my face was just greasy again. It was also like supposedly translucent, but it definitely had a bit of a tint to it. Like, not even a white cast per se, but a yellowy cast, if that's a thing. Last month it weighed 37.46 grams, and today it weighs 37.1. I first rolled it in January and it weighed 38.01 grams, so I'll put in somewhere on the screen how much I've used up in total. That'll be interesting to see. Almost a full gram. Well, not quite, but almost. For my bronzer, I've been trying to use up this little square pan of repressed bronzer. It is all of my bronzing powders from the bottom row of my Second Glance palette all mixed together, and it makes for a very nice bronzer colour. I just haven't been wearing a lot of bronzer the past few days because I've been really, really busy, and I'm just trying to do like quick makeup in the morning, something along these lines, very neutral, very quick, not very, you know, in your face. But I did manage to get 13 uses on this in February. It's gone from weighing 2.61 grams to 2.38 grams, which is not bad. As for blush, I have this Revolution palette here. It is the Revolution Hot Spice palette, and I'm just working on this shade down here. It is a little bit orangey, a little bit of like a coral colour. It is very nice, but I've only used it twice in the month of February because I'm currently working quite hard on another blush that I just want to roll out. I'm so close to reaching my goals, so I'm powering through that one. But I did get 2 uses on this. It's gone from weighing 115 grams. It's gone from weighing 115.25 grams to 115.23 grams. So 0.02 grams difference, which isn't a lot, but that does give me hope that if I'm using that much per use, it won't take me too many uses to like hit pan. Each of these pans is only 1.625 grams. So if I'm using 0.01 of a gram every time I use it, that's like maybe 100 uses to hit pan. Hit and pan usually takes like over half the amount of uses. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how long this stays in. My highlight comes from my W7 Prismatic palette. And I've been working on the blue shade in the center here. I know it's not super clear, but I do have pans in this yellow shade and in this pink shade. They are tiny pinprick pans because I use these as inner corner highlights a lot. Same thing going for the blue one. Started to burrow a dip there. I have actually been using the blue as an all over the lid like topper as well, which is something I've not really done with these, even though they are advertised as like highlighters and eyeshadow toppers and everything. So that's been nice, that's been interesting. I've used it 10 times in total in February, which is honestly pretty good going, and I think that's because I've been using quite a few blue eyeshadows, and if I'm using a darker blue or something, this is nice to top over the top of it on the lid to just give it a bit of sparkle, brighten it up a little bit. And it's gone from weighing 38.64 grams to 38.62 grams. So that's 0.02 grams of use, which is basically the same that I got from using my blush twice. So that just shows you how much more blush I use compared to highlight. For my main coloured lip product that I was using, I had this Stitch lip gloss, and as you can see here, I have literally gone in and I've scraped the sides. I have used up pretty much everything I can from in here. I took the stopper out. Literally the only thing that's left in here is like a tiny bit in the bottom, which I will get with a lip brush because this just doesn't reach, the applicator doesn't reach all the way down there. So I'll get that with a lip brush, and it's genuinely like maybe 2 or 3 applications in here. I really powered through and used this a lot when I was away for 2 weeks. I didn't take very much makeup with me, and this was one of the few things that I did take, so I was just reapplying this like every hour basically the whole time I was away. And it's been really, really nice actually. It was like a slightly orangey colour, but it didn't leave a tint that much, to be honest. It's a nice gloss, it's not too sticky, but it's not too similar to a lip oil either. It's nice, I liked it a lot. And I have 5 more of those like little Stitch type lip glosses in different colours. Either 3 or 5 more of those, I don't really remember, but I have quite a few more. I used that 40 times while I was away. My main goal was to use it 50 times. I blew that out of the water. I used it 60, almost 60 times. But yeah, it was a really nice product and I really enjoyed using it. And it went from weighing 11.64 grams to 10.69 grams, which is a really, really big jump, but I'm not surprised considering I used pretty much all of it up. The other success story is my Face Facts Cupcake Queen lip balm. I don't want to roll this all the way up because I think it's basically snapped near the base, and so it has issues rolling up and down now. It like will come out on its own sometimes, and sometimes I'll try and like roll it down and it won't go down, so I have to like push it down. Anyway, a little bit annoying, but whatever. I had this in for 50 uses as well, and I've reached that 50 use goal. I used it 24 more times this month to reach specifically 50. Very nice. It smells really good. It smells like vanilla. It lasts quite a while, which is good for a lip balm, and it was cheap. It's gone from weighing 9.72 grams to 9.59 grams. Also, not bad. As a replacement for those 2 lip products, I want to roll in firstly a lip oil. This is the PS Marshmallow Fluff Fragranced Lip Oil, and it's really cute. It's real nice. It supposedly smells like marshmallows. It just smells really like sweet and vanilla-y again to me. Not exactly like vanilla, maybe like vanilla strawberry. Something, but just very, very sweet in general. So I want to get 50 uses on this. And the Pop-Tarts Frosted Cherry Lip Balm, which I would say smells more like cherry cough syrup, like it smells like medicinal cherry rather than like nice normal cherry. So 50 uses on both of these would be nice. Hopefully that makes quite a bit of progress. I'm moving into a new job and it's going to require a lot more neutral makeup, so I don't think I'm going to be rocking anything particularly colourful to work. I will just be panning the exact same neutral eye look and using the exact same neutral lip product every day, probably my lip balm to be honest. So if you see me cycling through my lip balms a lot in the next few months, it's just because I'm doing a really good job of reapplying it when I'm in work. So yeah, I've got that to look forward to. That does mean I will be going all out on my days off now to try and get use on those like more difficult bright eyeshadows and bright lip colours and things though. I'm skipping over some stuff that I didn't use because we didn't use it, we don't care about it. I'll do better. Next up, this has been doing pretty well. This is my Creighton's Argan Oil Hand Cream. I want to finish this up. There is definitely an air bubble in here somewhere, but I've been using it. I've been doing alright. I've used this 21 times in the past month, so that's pretty decent. I try and use a hand cream every night. I've recently kind of shot myself in the foot though project-wise because I have a hand cream in this project. I have a hand cream in my 50 Shades of Black that I was trying to finish, which I probably won't by the end of the project, just a heads up. And then I recently like got another little hand cream that I couldn't be bothered to put into my spreadsheet and stuff, so it just also is getting used up at the moment. Because a lot of the time when I'm not when I'm actively using something, it doesn't go into my spreadsheet because it's just gonna roll through and get used up, and I don't have to calculate how many uses I used on it. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's weighing 34.52 grams. I don't think I've been weighing it up to this point, but there you go, for some info, that's just how much it weighs. I have my Victoria's Secret Temptation body spray, and I basically just want to use up a quarter of it, so between the V and the S is kind of a quarter. That's what I'm aiming for. I've used it 6 times in the past month, and it smells pretty decent. I've honestly been using it mixed with like other body sprays and other perfumes because it's just a bit eh. And also I find that it doesn't last very long at all. So if I really wanted to keep the smell of this going, I'd have to reapply it like 3 or 4 times a day. And I'm not about to bring a whole bottle of body spray out with me because I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. For my current perfume, I've been using this little solid perfume in here. And as you can see, I've been making pretty decent progress. I know it kind of just looks like someone's taken a bite out of it, but I just scoop a little bit off onto my nail and then like rub it into my pulse points and things like that. Because I find if I just like dip my finger in it and try and get it on my finger like that, it just doesn't do anything. This is solid, so I have to like scrape a little bit off and then use that little bit instead. I've used this 6 times in the past month as well, and I'm making good progress on it. So that is everything for my rolling project pan at the moment. I will probably roll a new powder in next month to make up for the loose baking powder that I finished, and I don't know if I see myself reaching any goals next month per se. Maybe the Victoria's Secret if I use that a lot. And maybe I'll finish up that vitamin C face powder. But other than that, I'm just going to keep using things, and maybe I'll roll through my lip balm quite quickly as well. But that's kind of it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been somewhat of an exciting update, even though it's really, really late. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye!